The injustice against Diane Rwigara and her family put Paul Kagame and the RPF's regime's repression against Rwandans on display for the world to see. Diane Rwigara is the second high-profile woman to undergo trial on trumped-up charges for daring to run against Paul Kagame in a presidential election. The other woman who is languishing in prison is Victoire Ingabire. The common denominator between these two women is not just that they are women, but also that they are openly critical about Paul Kagame and the RPF regime. They both were legitimate contenders against Paul Kagame, and they were both stopped from actually taking part in the elections. Their supporters have been abused, threatened, disappeared, and some have even been assassinated. By all credible accounts, the cases against both women were a punishment for daring to challenge the dictatorial regime in Kigali. In Diane's case, the government is pursuing her mother and previously her sister for unpaid taxes that suddenly the government realized were unpaid when Diane began to run for president. Additionally, the government of Rwanda has destroyed a hotel owned by her family and are planning to potentially sell all of their assets in the country. An added aggravating factor making the government come down so hard on the family is the fact that they refuse to back down on criticizing the government after what they witnessed when Diane and Anne's father, Paul Rwigara, died. The government claims it was an accident, but Anne Rwigara, who saw her father after the apparent accident, claims that he was assassinated with a hand weapon used to bash her father's head. According to Anne, the police on the scene refused for her to call for an ambulance whilst he was still alive. They drove him past the hospital and took him to a morgue instead of trying to get him treatment. Anne Rwigara, who was arrested with her mother and sister, was recently released due to the pressure of the US government since she is an American citizen. On November 21, 2017, judges declined bail request for Diane and her mother, and they will consequently remain in jail, heads shaved while they undergo a sham trial for these trumped-up charges. No sane person should be fooled by the Rwandan government's false narrative that women are empowered in Rwanda because of the percentage of women in the Rwandan government. Diane Rwigara and Victoire Ingabire, amongst other courageous women, provide a compelling case as to why women are allowed in government, as long as they agree not to criticize or oppose the president and the ruling party.